who's afraid to call out LeBron. LeBron's a great player and a great guy. But this notion that he's got to have all the best players on his team. He's got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. He want everybody. He don't want to compete. He want to be the favorite all the time.
You know what's fascinating? When LeBron James started building super teams, Adam Silver literally had to change the rules of the entire league. The second apron? That exists because one man decided competing wasn't enough. He needed to guarantee championships.
Why did Adam Silver have to put the second apron in? Because LeBron got all his guys together. KD wanted to go play with the Warriors. What? Wait, y'all don't want to win the championship and just compete against each other?
And now we're supposed to pretend this is normal. We're supposed to act like a 35-year-old Charles Barkley joining an aging Hakeem is the same as three superstars in their absolute prime colluding in South Beach. Give me a break.
But we can give you no sympathy when you are LeBron James, the best player in the world, with all of those tools, top-heavy tools. We cannot have any sympathy. That's my understanding of it.
Let me set the stage here. Charles Barkley, a guy who doesn't need anyone's approval, who can't be bought, who speaks his mind, made some mild criticism about LeBron's Superteam era. And what happened? The LeBron Protection Agency went into DEFCON 1.
The guy just won the championship. He got a young Kyrie Irving and a terrific Kevin Love. And
but it takes more than that to win the championship.
They just won the championship. What do you mean it takes more?
Remember what Chuck said? He pointed out that LeBron got everything he wanted, the highest payroll in NBA history, J.R. Smith when he asked for him, every piece he demanded. And Chuck asked a simple question. Does the best player in the world really need all the good players? Doesn't he want to compete?
They have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted J.R. Smith last summer. They paid him. He wanted Shumpert last summer. They bought in Kyle Korver. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete?
That's it. That's the crime Charles Barkley committed. And for this, the media machine activated like Chuck had committed treason against the kingdom. Enter Richard Jefferson. And let me be clear, this man isn't stupid. He's actually pretty smart, which makes what he does even worse. Because when you're intelligent and you choose to lie, that's not ignorance, that's manipulation. Jefferson comes out swinging.
Really quickly, I remember Charles Barkley got drafted to a team with Moses Malone, maybe Dr. J, and Maurice Cheek.
Really? Are we doing this? Are we really pretending that getting drafted to a team is the same as orchestrating a backroom deal in free agency? Let me break this down for the people in the back. Charles Barkley in 1984 was a rookie. A rookie! He didn't choose Philadelphia, they chose him with the 5th overall pick. Meanwhile, LeBron in 2010, he literally held a 1-hour television special called The Decision to announce he was abandoning the team that drafted him to join 2 other top 15 players.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Why?
Like I said before, I feel like it's going to give me the best opportunity to win and to win for multiple years. And not only just to win in the regular season or just to win 5 games in a row or 3 games in a row. I want to be able to win championships, and I feel like I can compete down there.
But wait, it gets better. Dr. J in 1985? The man was 35 years old on the back end of his career. This wasn't prime Julius Erving with the afro dunking from the free throw line. This was veteran Dr. J, still effective but nowhere near his apex. Moses Malone was 30, and while still productive, he was past his 1983 MVP form. You want to compare that to Dwyane Wade at 28, fresh off a top 5 MVP finish? Are you serious right now? Then Jefferson doubles down with his next lie. And yes, I'm calling it a lie because there's no other word for it. He brings up the 1997 Rockets.
Then I remember Charles Barkley going to Houston. And then he teamed up with Hakeem Olajuwon. And then Scottie Pippen was also there. So it wasn't older. Olajuwon and Charles Barkley were at year 14.
In their prime? Let me give you the actual facts here, because apparently facts are optional in LeBron's defense squad. When Barkley joined Houston in 1996, yes, they had Hakeem Olajuwon, who was still playing at an all-star level. But when Pippen arrived in 1999, Hakeem was 36 years old, Charles Barkley was 35 years old, and Scottie Pippen was 33 years old with a bad back that had already forced him to miss games. You know what the average age of that super team was? 35. You know what the average age of the 2010 Heat Big Three was? 26. But Jefferson says, and I quote, Pippen was in year 11, so he was in his prime. Actually, Pippen was in year 12 by 1999, and he averaged 14.5 points that season, his lowest since 1989. The man had a devastating back injury the year before, plus knee and ankle problems. He literally had back surgery in the 1997 to 1998 season that caused him to miss 44 games.
We all had similar situations, and we've all had thoughts about, either management or whatever, and we've always put forth the team and the respect that we have for each other to go out there and still do our job.
While it's his problem, can you help but take it personally with the commitment you made to come back?
No, I'm disappointed. I don't take it personally because I understand he's been put in a tough and difficult position. I think the disappointment comes that, if that was the case, it could have been done easily.
This is your definition of prime? Why can't these people just tell the truth? And just when you think Jefferson can't get more dishonest, he brings up the 2004 Lakers.
Let's go to Shaq and Kobe. Does everybody remember when they recruited Gary Payton, who was still in his prime, and then they recruited Karl Malone?
Karl Malone was 40 years old. Let me repeat that for the people defending this nonsense. 40 years old. The man was in his 19th season, coming off a year where he wasn't even an all-star for the first time since 1988. He averaged 13.2 points that season with the Lakers, down from his career average of 25. But Jefferson calls him the second all-time leading scorer, like that changes the fact that Father Time is undefeated. Gary Payton? He was 35 and had literally just been traded mid-season by Seattle to Milwaukee because they thought he was past his prime. The Sonics, his own team for over a decade, decided he was too old and shipped him out for Ray Allen. Payton averaged 14.6 points with the Lakers, his lowest since his second year in the league. But sure, Richard, tell us more about how this is exactly like three players under 30 teaming up.
The Celtics?
Before Bron made his move, KG, Paul, and Ray joined up.
Joined up? Kendrick, you were on that team. How do you not remember that Kevin Garnett was traded to Boston on July 31st, 2007 in a deal involving 7 players? Ray Allen was traded to Boston a month earlier on June 28, 2007 in a deal involving 5 players and draft picks. This wasn't 3 guys in a room somewhere in July plotting their championship run. This was Danny Ainge working the phones, making deals, building through the system. There's a massive difference between a GM constructing a team through trades and 3 superstars colluding to take less money and join forces. One is how basketball has always worked. The other, that's what changed everything. The 2010 Miami Heat Big Three consisted of LeBron James at 25 years old coming off an MVP season, Dwayne Wade at 28 years old who finished 5th in MVP voting, and Chris Bosh at 26 years old who was averaging 24 points and 10.8 rebounds. Their combined age was 79 years, and all 3 made the All-Star team that year. The 1999 Houston Rockets had Hakeem at 36 years old, averaging 18.9 points, which was his lowest in a decade. Barkley at 35 years old, clearly declining with only 16.1 points per game, and Pippen at 33 years old, managing just 14.5 points per game. Their combined age was 104 years, and 0 of them made the All-Star team that year. Is this basketball analysis or creative writing? Because the fiction these LeBron defenders are spinning belongs in a library, not a sports debate. Here's what kills me. Every single NBA show, every podcast, every panel, there's always that one guy, that one LeBron defender whose entire job is to protect the narrative. It doesn't matter what the topic is. Trade deadline? Well, LeBron needs more help. Draft night? This reminds me of when LeBron... Random Tuesday in February? LeBron would never... The NBA media protects LeBron like he's got dirt on all of them. And maybe he does. How else do you explain grown men twisting themselves into pretzels to defend the indefensible? You can't even say LeBron is one of the greatest anymore. No, 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 that's not enough. You must say he's the greatest, or you're a hater. You're either in the LeBron cult or you're against it. There's no middle ground. When did basketball analysis become a loyalty test? And here's the kicker. When Kevin Durant joined the Warriors in 2016, who screamed the loudest? LeBron's camp. It's not competitive. It's ruining basketball. Excuse me? The man who started this whole trend is complaining that someone else followed his blueprint? That's like the guy who invented the atom bomb complaining about nuclear proliferation. You opened this door, my friend. You don't get to complain when others walk through it. Remember, the Warriors at least drafted Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. They built their core through the draft and then added KD the Heat. They had Wade and then orchestrated the entire Big Three through free agency collusion. Yet somehow KD is the villain and LeBron is the hero? Make it make sense. Look, I don't hate LeBron James. The man is an incredible basketball player. Top 5 all time, maybe top 3. But this revisionist history, this constant need to lie about what actually happened, that's what drives people crazy. Just own it. Say, yeah, LeBron created the player empowerment era where superstars team up. Say, he changed how championships are won. That's fine. That's honest. But don't insult our intelligence by pretending a 40-year-old Karl Malone is the same as 26-year-old Chris Bosh. The truth is simple. Before LeBron's decision in 2010, we had never seen 3 legitimate superstars in their absolute prime conspire to team up. Never. Yes, older veterans joined contenders. Yes, teams traded for stars. But 3 top 15 players, all under 30, all taking less money to guarantee championships? That was new. That was different. That changed everything. And you know what proves it? Adam Silver literally had to change the rules. The luxury tax got stricter with the repeater tax introduced in the 2011 CBA negotiations. The second apron exists because of what LeBron started. If it was normal, why did the league panic and change everything? Think about this. The NBA introduced the Supermax contract in 2017 specifically to try to keep stars with their original teams. The designated veteran player extension? That's a direct response to the decision. The league literally created new contract structures to prevent what LeBron normalized. But yeah, tell me again how this was just like every other team-up in history. For all the LeBron defenders out there, I have a simple request. Stop lying. Stop with the false equivalencies. Stop pretending that every championship team in history was built the same way as the 2010 Heat. Charles Barkley getting drafted to Philadelphia is not the same as the decision. A 36-year-old Hakeem is not the same as a 28-year-old Wade. A 40-year-old Karl Malone is not the same as a 26-year-old Chris Bosh. A trade orchestrated by a GM is not the same as players colluding in free agency. These are facts, not opinions. Facts. Why is telling the truth about LeBron James treated like a criminal offense in NBA media? The saddest part? LeBron's actual accomplishments are incredible enough without the lies. 4 championships, 4 MVPs, all-time leading scorer. That's a phenomenal career. But apparently, that's not enough for his defenders. They need to rewrite history too. So the next time someone tries to tell you that LeBron just did what everyone else did, ask them this. If it was so normal, why did it break the league? If it was so common, why did the rules have to change? And if everyone was doing it, why can no one name a single example of 3 prime superstars teaming up before 2010? Crickets. As always, thank you for watching. And remember, the truth doesn't need a PR team. Only lies do. Peace out.